Big news hitting the wires right now, and we are breaking it all down at lightning speed. First up, we head to Buffalo, where NFL superstar Christian McCaffrey is making a massive impact off the field. The San Francisco 49ers running back just stepped up in a huge way by donating multiple gaming console carts to the Golisano Children's Hospital of Buffalo. This incredibly generous gesture is already brightening the days of young patients and proves, once again, that elite athletes can be the ultimate game changers in their communities.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the Aiyuk 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Staying with the San Francisco 49ers, we have a major developing situation regarding wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk. The trade market for the disgruntled star is officially hitting a rough patch after a cryptic and viral Instagram post raised serious questions about his current physical conditioning. Fans and potential trade partners are sounding the alarm, leaving front office executive John Lynch with a much tougher task as he tries to navigate a deal for the talented wideout. Now we are taking a look back at the history books to honor the absolute titans of the gridiron. We have compiled the 10 most dominant running back seasons in fantasy football history, featuring legendary performances from iconic players like Marshall Faulk, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Priest Holmes. From record-breaking touchdown runs to jaw-dropping reception totals, we are breaking down the statistical anomalies that turned these athletes into untouchable fantasy gods. Finally, we are looking inside the Santa Clara war room as the 49ers prepare for a high-stakes draft. General Manager John Lynch is facing tough questions about whether to target an offensive lineman, a pass rusher like Gabe Jacques, or even a potential reunion with Joey Bosa. The draft board is wide open, and the strategy is shifting by the hour. Stay ahead of the game by hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and ringing the bell so you never miss an update. Ever wonder what happens when the fiercest rivals on the field become teammates in kindness? Forget the stats and the gridiron battles for a second, because something truly special just happened in Buffalo. While we're all used to seeing Josh Allen lead the charge for the Bills, it was actually San Francisco 49ers superstar Christian McCaffrey who just stepped up in a major way. The Christian McCaffrey Foundation has officially donated 3 high-tech gaming console carts to the Golisano Children's Hospital of Buffalo. It's an incredible gesture, and here is the kicker. The whole idea was actually inspired by Josh Allen himself. It shows that beneath the helmets and the rivalry, there is a genuine respect and a shared commitment to helping kids who are fighting their own battles. These aren't just toys. For a child stuck in a hospital bed, having that connection to the outside world through gaming can be a massive mental boost during treatment. Dr. Steven Turkovich, the hospital president, is already talking about the bright future as they transition into the Golisano name, and this donation is the perfect way to kick off that new chapter. It's a beautiful reminder that when athletes use their platform for good, the impact goes way beyond the final score. If you love seeing this kind of community support, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. What other athletes do you think are making the biggest difference off the field? Thanks for watching, and remember, kindness is the only stat that really matters in the end. Ever wonder how one single Instagram post can turn a multi-million-dollar trade deal into a total nightmare? That is exactly the situation the San Francisco 49ers are facing right now with Brandon Aiyuk. We all know the team is looking to part ways with the disgruntled star receiver, but lately, the odds of a trade are plummeting faster than a lead balloon. The culprit? A viral social media post that has everyone, fans and front offices alike, raising some serious eyebrows. Aiyuk shared a cryptic caption alongside a few photos, but it wasn't the text that caused the stir, it was his physical appearance. Fans immediately flocked to the comments, speculating that Aiyuk looked significantly out of shape. Now, I know what you're thinking. Social media photos can be deceiving and angles matter. But in the high-stakes world of the NFL, perception is reality. When you are a receiver who sat out all of 2025 recovering from a major knee injury, the last thing you want is a public narrative questioning your conditioning. For general managers, this is a red flag that screams risk. Even if a team does their own medical deep dive, Why would they gamble assets on a guy whose own feed suggests he might not be game ready? It effectively handcuffs John Lynch's ability to find a trade partner. If the 49ers can't move him, they're looking at a messy situation that could mirror past league disasters where trades fell apart at the physical stage. This is a classic case of bad optics creating a very real business problem. Are we looking at a star player whose career is hitting a major speed bump, or just a misunderstanding blown out of proportion by the internet? I want to hear your take. Do you think the 49ers can still flip him, or has Aiyuk just cost himself a fortune? Drop a comment below, hit that subscribe button for more NFL drama, and remember, in the NFL, you're only as valuable as your last play, or in this case, your last post. Ever wondered what it actually looks like to win your fantasy league single-handedly? We aren't talking about a solid draft pick or a lucky waiver wire find. We're talking about the kind of statistical anomalies that literally break fantasy football. Today, we are counting down the 10 most dominant running back seasons in history, the absolute gold standard of backfield production. Kicking things off at number 10, we have Steven Jackson. His legendary 2006 run, 528 yards on the ground and 90 receptions, remains the blueprint for the modern, do-it-all workhorse. At 9, Christian McCaffrey's 2018 performance proved that even when your supporting cast is falling apart, if you can rack up over 100 catches, you are bulletproof. 8th on our list is the incomparable Marshall Faulk in 2001. Imagine putting up 425 points in just 14 games. That isn't just dominance, that is a cheat code. Number 7 belongs to Emmitt Smith's 1995 campaign. With a staggering 25 touchdowns, Smith proved that you don't always need 1,000 receiving yards to run the league if you are finding the end zone every time you touch the ball. At 6, Priest Holmes put on a masterclass in 2002, clearing 440 points in only 14 games. But as we know, Holmes was just getting started. Sliding into 5 is LaDainian Tomlinson's 2003 season, where he became one of the few backs in history to haul in 100 catches. At 4, Priest Holmes returned for his 2003 encore, racking up an absurd 27 rushing touchdowns. It was a golden era for fantasy managers. Moving into our top 3, we go back to Marshall Faulk in 2000. With 26 total touchdowns in just 14 games, it remains perhaps the most efficient scoring run we have ever seen. At number 2, we hit the modern benchmark, McCaffrey in 2019. Recording 116 catches and over 1,000 receiving yards alongside his rushing duties, he effectively turned the running back position into a wide receiver one. And finally, the undisputed king, LaDainian Tomlinson, 2006. With 1,815 rushing yards, 28 rushing touchdowns, and even 2 passing scores, it was a performance so legendary it feels like it belongs in a video game. In the current pass-happy era, we might never see numbers like these again. Which of these legendary runs defined your fantasy fandom, or do you think a modern back can finally dethrone LT? Drop a comment below, hit that subscribe button, and let us know your pick for the greatest season ever. Remember, stats tell the story, but championships are the legacy. Can you believe it's been over 2 decades since the Niners put their future in Alex Smith's hands at the number 1 spot? The draft has transformed from a quiet event into a full-blown, high-stakes traveling carnival, and honestly, we are all amateur GMs now. Let's dive into the burning questions from the faithful as we approach the draft. First off, could the 49ers actually break tradition and snag an offensive lineman at number 27? It is the only gap in the starting offense, so it's not out of the question. You could grab someone like Caleb Lamu to shadow Trent Williams, but let's be real. Taking a guard in the first round is a high-stakes gamble that historically swings wildly between franchise legend and total bust. So, should they prioritize the trenches on offense or chase an edge rusher? If I'm calling the shots, I'm locking in on an edge rusher. Specifically, keep an eye on Illinois' Gabe Jacques. He's got that raw speed, production, and underdog chip on his shoulder that just screams 49er grit. Forget the day 2 hype. If he's your guy, go get him at 27. Speaking of defense, the pass rush needs a real spark. We aren't looking for hybrids to drop into coverage. We need someone to hunt quarterbacks, especially after Bryce Huff's surprise retirement. And what about the backfield? With the running back carousel looking shaky since 2017, the team is always one injury away from a crisis. Given their track record, we might be looking at another mid-round dart throw to support CMC. Meanwhile, the tight end room isn't as desperate as we feared, thanks to Kittle's positive recovery updates, but finding his successor remains the elusive white whale for this front office. As for trade talk, keep an eye on Mac Jones, who is essentially the only asset capable of fetching a decent return. The rest of the roster, it's a wait-and-see game for some of those young contributors who haven't quite locked in long-term security yet. But the real talk of the town, the Bosa reunion. I don't care what the front office says about leverage or cap space. The idea of Joey and Nick wrecking offenses together is a dream worth chasing until it's officially dead. It's an all-in year, so why not dream big? Drop a comment below. Would you rather secure the offensive line or go all in on a dominant pass rush? Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the draft. And remember, in the NFL, the difference between a championship and a rebuild is just one perfect pick away.